There was a young man named Eli. Eli was 23 years old. He lived in a small apartment in the city. Eli had dreams. He wanted to start his own business. He wanted to travel. He wanted to build a good life. But Eli had a problem, a big problem. He avoided difficulties. When something felt hard, Eli stopped. When something felt scary, Eli turned away. When something felt uncomfortable, Eli waited. He told himself, "I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it when I am ready. I'll do it when the time is right." But tomorrow never came. Ready never arrived. The right time never appeared. Eli worked at a coffee shop. The job was easy, but it was not what he wanted. His manager was unkind. The pay was low. The hours were long. Eli wanted to quit. He wanted to find something better. But that meant applying for new jobs. That meant interviews. That meant rejection. That felt too difficult. So Eli stayed, week after week, month after month. At home, Eli's apartment was a mess. Dishes piled in the sink, clothes covered the floor, bills sat unopened on the table. He knew he should clean. He knew he should organize. He knew he should pay the bills. But each task felt like a mountain, so he avoided them. The mess grew bigger. The problems grew heavier. Eli also had a dream. He wanted to start a small online store. He had ideas. He had passion. But starting felt overwhelming. He needed to learn about websites. He needed to find suppliers. He needed to make decisions. Each step felt too hard, so he did nothing. His dream stayed locked inside his mind. One morning, Eli walked to work. He took the same path every day, down his street across the park, through the market. But today, there was construction. The usual path was blocked. A wall stood in his way. Machines made loud noises. Eli stood there. He stared at the wall. He felt frustrated. He felt stuck. He thought about turning back, going home, calling in sick, avoiding the difficulty. But then he noticed something. Other people were walking around the wall. They found a different path. They kept moving forward. Eli felt embarrassed. Everyone else was solving the problem. Only he was frozen. He took a breath. He walked around the wall. It took 5 extra minutes. That was all. 5 minutes. The difficulty was smaller than his fear. At the coffee shop, Eli's manager called him over. She said, "Eli, you made a mistake yesterday. You gave wrong change to a customer." Eli felt his chest tighten. He wanted to make excuses. He wanted to run away. But instead, he said, "I am sorry. I'll be more careful." His manager nodded. She said, "Okay, thank you." That was all. No yelling, no punishment, just acknowledgement. Eli realized something. Facing the difficulty was not as bad as he imagined. During his break, Eli sat in the park. An old man sat on the bench beside him. The man had kind eyes. He was feeding birds. He looked peaceful, calm, content. The man said, "You look troubled, young man." Eli was surprised. He said, "I guess I am." The old man smiled. He said, "Let me tell you something. I am 78 years old. I have learned many things, but the most important thing is this. Obstacles are like shadows." Eli did not understand, he said. "Shadows." The old man nodded. He said, "Yes, when you run from a shadow, it follows you. It seems big, it seems dark, but when you turn and face it, you see the truth. It is just absence of light. It has no power, no weight, no strength." Eli thought about this. The old man continued. He said, "Your difficulties are the same. When you avoid them, they grow in your mind, they become monsters. But when you face them, you see they are just tasks, just moments, just steps." He asked, "But what if I fail?" The old man said, "Then you fail, and then you try again. Failure is not the difficulty. Avoidance is the difficulty. When you avoid, you stay stuck. When you face, you move. Even if you fall, you are moving." The old man stood up, he said. Do one thing today, one small difficult thing. Face it, see what happens. Then he walked away slowly. His steps were steady, unhurried, peaceful. Eli sat there for a long time. He thought about his life. He thought about all the things he avoided, the job applications, the messy apartment, the unpaid bills, the dream he kept locked away. Each one felt huge, but maybe they were just shadows. That evening, Eli went home. He looked at the pile of dishes. Usually, he would ignore them, turn on the television, distract himself. But today, he remembered the old man's words. Face one small, difficult thing. Eli washed one plate, just one. It took 30 seconds. Then he washed another and another. 20 minutes later, all the dishes were clean. The sink was empty. Eli felt something he had not felt in months. Relief, lightness, pride. The next day, Eli opened one bill, just one. He looked at the amount he paid it online. It took 5 minutes. The fear he had carried for weeks disappeared. The bill was just a number, just a task, not a monster. Each day, Eli faced one small difficulty. He applied for one job. He organized one corner of his apartment. Each action was small, each action was simple, but together they changed everything. 2 weeks later, Eli got a call. A new job wanted to interview him. His heart raced, fear returned. The old habit whispered, "Cancel it, it is too hard, you'll mess it up." But Eli remembered the shadow. He remembered the wall. He remembered the dishes. He went to the interview. His hands shook. His voice was nervous. But he answered the questions. He faced the difficulty. A week later, they offered him the job. Better pay, kinder people, new possibilities. Eli's apartment became cleaner. His bills became organized. His online store idea moved forward, slowly, step by step, one difficulty at a time. The obstacles were still there. Life still had challenges, but Eli was different. He did not run anymore. He did not avoid anymore. He faced. 1 month later, Eli walked through the park again. He saw the old man on the same bench. Eli sat beside him. He said, "Thank you." The old man smiled. He said, "You look lighter." Eli nodded. He said, "I feel lighter. I am still scared sometimes, but I don't let fear stop me anymore." The old man said, "Good. Fear is natural. Avoidance is learned. You are unlearning it. That takes courage." Eli asked, "Will it always be this hard?" The old man said, "Number each time you face a difficulty, you become stronger. The difficulties don't disappear, but your fear of them shrinks. You learn that most obstacles are smaller than they appear. You learn that you are stronger than you believed." Eli sat quietly. He watched the birds. He felt the sun on his face. He realized something important. His life had not changed because problems went away. His life changed because he stopped running from them. Remember, young man, the obstacle is not the enemy. Avoidance is the enemy. Face what scares you, and you will find freedom. Eli watched him walk away. He thought about all the months he had wasted, all the time spent worrying, all the energy used to avoid. If only he had known sooner, if only someone had told him. But maybe he would not have listened. Maybe he needed to learn it himself. Now Eli knew. Difficulties would always come. Problems would always appear. Obstacles would always block the path. But he had a choice: run or face, hide or act, stay stuck or move forward. Eli chose to face, and in facing, he found something unexpected. Not the absence of fear, not the absence of difficulty, but the presence of strength. It had been there all along, waiting. Hidden behind the shadows he was too afraid to face. Years later, Eli would tell people about the old man in the park. He would tell them about the wall, about the dishes, about the first small step. Some people would listen, some would not. But for those who did, the message was simple. The message was clear. The message was true. The difficulties you face become smaller, but the difficulties you avoid become the walls that trap you.